Yo, hello and welcome guys. Let's take a look at Bitcoin today. So Bitcoin is definitely seeing a bounce right here. And if you've been following the videos, you know we called both the 65.5 and the $65,000 liquidity sweeps. We said we expected a bigger bounce from those levels, and that's exactly what we got. The first target was the daily level, and that got hit fairly quickly. But we did set our second and bigger target above at the golden pocket around 69.3 to 69.5 thousand US dollars. And if you remember, we were also talking about a change of the short-term trend when Bitcoin started making higher highs. We called for this higher low that would confirm the short-term trend switch. And that's exactly what happened. Bitcoin made a higher low compared to the week that swept the 65,000 US dollars liquidity and from there pushed higher. And as you can see, Bitcoin got a major push to the upside of nearly 7% from the bottom week at 65,000 US dollars. And right now, Bitcoin just barely touched the 618 level, hasn't even properly hit the golden pocket yet. So everything is playing out as we expected so far. But I do think it's likely that Bitcoin sweeps this level that we mentioned that aligns with the golden pocket fully before getting potentially rejected and heading lower. So we are not there yet in my opinion. Now I have something very interesting to show you, but before that, if you guys are finding this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Alright, let's get back to the video. Now sure, Bitcoin could get rejected right here and go back down, but I do think that would be a little too easy. And something else is lining up perfectly here. Let me show you. If Bitcoin can make at least one more higher high compared to the recent one and we open up the RSI, you'll see that there's a high potential that we get bearish divergences across multiple time frames. On the 2-hour RSI, price made a lower high, while the indicator could very easily make a higher high here, which would form a hidden bullish divergence. And on the 4-hour, price made a lower high, but the indicator already made a slight higher high. And potentially on the 6-hour too. So we could be looking at multiple bearish divergences on the RSI stacking up across time frames. And if we open up the MACD, there is already one formed right now on the 6-hour. Price made a lower high, but the indicator made a higher high. So the divergences are starting to line up. And this is exactly what we saw on the previous moves. Divergences stacking up at key levels and then price reacting. So if Bitcoin makes one more push higher to the golden pocket and these divergences confirm, that would be a very strong signal for a rejection from that level. Now even though we are making a few higher highs here, we must not forget that we are still in an overall bearish trend on the higher time frames. Let me show you what I mean. When price got rejected at approximately 76,000 US dollars, Bitcoin started this downtrend. And if you look at the structure here, let's say on the 4-hour, it's just lower highs and lower lows. So we had the 76,000 US dollar high right here, then a low down here, then a lower high right here, then another lower low at 65,000 US dollars. And right now, even if Bitcoin pushes a bit higher from here, it's still going to be just another lower high in this overall bearish structure. And on top of that, we've got multiple bearish divergences forming on the RSI and on the MACD right at this area. So the short-term trend might have switched, yes, but the bigger picture hasn't changed. We are still in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows until proven otherwise. So that's where we are right now. The bounce from 65,000 US dollars is playing out nearly 7% up from the lows. First target hit, and now watching for the golden pocket around 69.3 to 69.5 thousand US dollars to get properly hit. If we get there with bearish divergences confirming across multiple time frames, that could be a very clean rejection point. But the bigger picture remains the same. We are still in a downtrend on the higher time frames, making lower highs and lower lows. My shorts from higher are still open and I'm ultimately targeting the range low at 60,000 US dollars. As always, this is not financial advice and manage your risk. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.